All right, matched up for round number 1. See how it goes. Mr. Plow. Funny username. I feel rusty. I feel like I haven't played this deck in a while. I'm feeling rusty. This hand's great. So with this hand, not knowing what my opponent's on, just going to play a Polluted Delta and pass. If it appears he's on a Forcible deck, I will probably not Entomb. If he's on a Chalice deck, I will Entomb. That's basically it. If he's on like a Dahlia deck, I'll definitely Entomb. So taxes, any sort of tax, I Entomb. Any sort of blue, I don't Entomb. Because I have Therapy. Alright, so I Entomb. And hey, this isn't a turn 1 Chalice. I'm very used to turn 1 Chalices from Chalice decks. I think taking a break, probably pretty good at making people not mulligan to the best hands against Reanimator. Cast Animate Dead. I'm sure he'll probably just concede here, unless he has Crocus in his hand, and then we probably have a bit of a game ahead of us, but no, he doesn't. Okay, so time for the Leyline sideboard plan. So I've got my my Twitch layout here, which is new, and I think it looks great. I hope you do too. But you should check out my Twitch. When the followers reach 1,000, which it's not updated, but it should be like a 801 or something like that. Followers reach 1,000, and subs reach 10, because 20 is going to take too long. Subs reach 10, followers reach 1,000. I'm going to open up all the chests that I have at that time, and I'm not going to open up any between now and then. So if you enjoy seeing chests opened, we will open 136 here, plus whatever I get in the meantime, which 200 more followers could be weeks, could be a lot of chests. So if you enjoy that, follow me and come watch. All right, side out the Chancellors, they're not that great. Side in all the answers to Leyline plus the Grave Titan plan. Side out either a Tidespout or an Ashen Rider. Probably Ashen Rider, because Tidespout can bounce multiple things. And side out some discard. And this one's a possibility. This one's a possibility, but I think maybe one discard here is fine, and we'll make that a Thoughtseize. Because we're not going to blind guess anything, because they can have all kinds of creatures and stuff. They probably have Leyline, so we're not blind guessing like the obvious hate spell out of their hand. We have an answer to Leyline, but we don't have much else going on, and we don't have red plus green in case we draw looting. So this hand would be like Trophy A Leyline instead of, yeah, Trophy A Leyline and hope to draw Unmask or Entomb, which could keep. He mulled to 6. That's possible. Possible thing to keep. Or I could mull. I think I'm going to keep it, just because there is a potential game plan here and he's mulled already. It's not great. If he has 2 Leylines, it's pretty bad. Looks like 1. Just 1 Leyline. So our plan is underway. See if it gets worse with what he does after the ley line. So far, so good. Alright, so we didn't draw anything, basically. We drew nothing. I guess that is a red source. But I'm a little worried he might have a Thought-Knot Seer here. Again, you never know. He could have nothing because of ley line, but considering he didn't play anything on turn 1, it's a good chance he has a turn 2 play, which would be Thought-Knot Seer. If it's just like a 3-2 or a 2-1, that's fine, but Thought-Knot Seer is like really good here. Don't usually see that one out of Eldrazi. But it's good, but not great for him, them, Mr. Plow, him. Don't want to assume genders, but Mr. We can say him. Probably dead. Don't have much of an out now. Like, we need another answer to Leyline, plus half our combo, plus not being dead. So that being said, I'm going to concede here. Because we need, I mean, if we counted it out, we're probably actually dead, no matter what. Say we draw Reverent Silence next turn. Okay, get rid of that. The following turn we draw Looting, put that in the graveyard. Then the following turn, so that's 4, 8. Alright, so if we drew Xaxes and they drew nothing, we have a chance, but that's not going to happen. Just going to run it back. Obviously still need our answers to Leyline. Trinisphere doesn't really change anything, other than it's another thing we can lose to. So this is the other kind of hand we can keep, is just a reanimate with an unmask. Faithless Suiting kind of helps, and the fact that we have some mana is okay. It's pretty bad, but mulliganing again when we have something. Alright. He doesn't have Leyline, which means we could potentially loot into something, but we're going to unmask first and see if we want to reanimate something on his end. His hand is pretty stacked. So we can take Thought-Knots here. And then he Fairy Macabres it. And then he casts Grim Lavament, Grim, Monolith, and Trinisphere, and then we like lose to that. I guess we don't lose to that, because we have... I mean, we're going to lose, because he's going to have so much mana, and we're going to take like 3 turns before we can cast a single spell. Alternatively, we can go take Fairy Macabre. Or we can take Trinisphere. But if we take Trinisphere, then he Fairy Macabres anything we try and do. Anyway, this first round kind of shows why I haven't been playing Black-Red Reanimator, because game 2 he had Leyline, now he's got Fairy Macabre. Everybody's got a lot of hate. It's too much to play through most of the time. Not exactly sure what I should do here. If you only had 1 Grim Monolith, I would probably take that. But... If we take Trinisphere, he goes Grim Monolith, Fairy Macabre the following turn. I guess the line is, which is not a winning line, like it might be the best line, but it's not. We're not going to win. Is to take Fairy Macabre and loot and hope to hit like Gristlebrand hand pedal, or back to the original plan, which is Thought Knot Seer, make him use Fairy Macabre, but then we have to deal with Trinisphere, and then whoever top decks best wins. It's between those two. I actually think getting 2 is probably better. Hope we top deck out of this. We have 3 lands, so we don't have to top deck as hard as some hands would need to. So we're gonna try that. I'm not hopeful that we're gonna win though. I'm hopeful we will win if he doesn't Fairy Macabre this, but he will. Yeah. So we have no play for 2 turns. We get a loot after that. Maybe that draws us into something good. We'll see. He's going to play Trinisphere. Next turn he's going to play another Grim Monolith. Goes down to 16. Has a lot of mana. At least he can't cast ley lines if he draws them. Okay, that's a thing. So next time we get a loot, and then we have a thing that might do something. Things are going how I expected them to, so I guess he hasn't drawn anything too crazy yet, at least not something he can cast that's crazy. That's a pretty dead draw. So I really need to hit Titan, or Gristlebrand, or Lake of the Dead, or... I mean, there's a few things we could hit. Got all of our colors here. So I think we just get rid of these 2. Like, this silence isn't going to do anything unless he draws a Tormod's Crypt, which I don't think is a good enough reason to pay 3 to have it. I think the land is better. It's got 5 mana, nothing to cast. Okay, that's good. Okay. So I'll just pass here. Wondering now if what our best creature is. It's probably Gristlebrand. We haven't seen a Karakas now in 3 games. Have to hope he doesn't have another Fairy Macabre. Okay. I mean, even if we get Gristlebrand now, he's got so much mana. We need him to brick at least on like 2 turns. If we get a Grave Titan, he's dead very, very quickly. Maybe that's best. Very quickly as in, not that quickly, because it's going to take a turn before it can attack. Take a look at the deck. I think he has to brick either way. He has to brick either way, I think. And I think if we reanimate Gristlebrand and we go to 9, That gives him a few more outs than if we just get Grave Titan. So I'm going to go for Grave Titan. I think he has fewer outs to Grave Titan at this point. Probably just All Is Dust and Fairy Macabre. Endbringer, maybe. So we have to attack twice before we die. Okay, now I think we probably win. Ooh, okay, we won. Lucky, lucky. I mean, tons of hate between the two games. Only one piece of hate this game, plus Trinisphere, but that's pretty good. Anyway, we'll be back for round 2.